There has been reports of increasing disputes within the ruling Nepal Communist Party regarding cabinet reshuffle. Even as the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has strongly hinted at cabinet reshuffle, there are now voices raised against the Prime Minister himself, alleging him of over-high-handedness in dealing with decisions of overall ministries. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Dispute surfaces within the ruling Nepal Communist Party on reshuffling the cabinet. Former Maoist faction alleges Prime Minister's high-handedness affecting Minister's performance. Less than 24 hours after making a controversial remark defending tainted lawmaker Alam, NC President Deuba furnishes a clarification, withdrawing his remarks. British Prime Minister sends a request to the EU for a delay to Brexit. Johnson was required by law to ask for an extension after losing a Commons vote. And Chitwan Rhinos confirmed their place in the playoffs of the Women's Champions League. Kathmandu Cat Queens comes back with a win over Viratnagar. Let's begin with national political updates. It has been 21 months since the formation of the government led by KP Sharma Oli. During this course of time, voices have been raised within the ruling party itself to evaluate the performance of the ministers and the government itself. Many leaders of the ruling party themselves also allege that the ministers have failed to perform as per the people's expectation due to the interfering tendency of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. The government has mostly been criticized with regard to its failure in ending the transport syndicate, taking action against careless and deceptive contractors, and in ensuring even basic measures directly affecting the people's lives. The issue that has also often come to the fore is the need to reshuffle the cabinet.
प्रधानमन्त्रीको विशेष अधिकार हो उहाँले जहिले पनि गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ र यो कुरा पब्लिकली भनेर गर्न पर्दैन उहाँलाई आफ्ना मन्त्री परिषदका सदस्यहरूले चित्तबुद्धो काम नगरेमा जनताको सेवा प्रदायमा अथवा काममा एउटा आफूले पाएको एउटा जिम्मेवारीमा परिणाम दिन नसकेमा सचेत गरेर या नगरेर कुनै पनि बेला मन्त्रीलाई उहाँले हटाउन सक्नुहुन्छ र नयाँ मन्त्रीलाई शपथ गरेर बनाउन सक्नुहुन्छ जब प्रधानमन्त्रीमा यति धेरै विशेष अधिकार निहित छ भने हामीले किन डङ्का पिटाइरहेछौं.
Some of the leaders within the ruling party, however, are of the view that the sluggishness of the government mechanism can be attributed to the working modality of Prime Minister Oli himself. They are of the opinion that Prime Minister Oli and his close associates have often resorted to making decisions by bypassing the concerned ministers, while some of the leaders have also stressed on the need of changing the working modality rather than replacing the existing ministers.
मन्त्रीहरूको भूमिकालाई प्रभावकारी बनाउनको लागि त्यो अनुसार उनीहरूलाई त्यहाँ चाहिँ के काम गर्ने एउटा वातावरण बनाउनलाई पहिलो त त्यहाँ दिनुपर्छ किन प्रधानमन्त्री नै मुख्य हुन्छ सरकार सफल भयो भने त्यसको जस मेन त प्रधानमन्त्रीमै आउँछ असफल भयो भने प्रधानमन्त्रीमै जान्छ किन प्रधानमन्त्री सिस्टम हो किन क्याबिनेट भनेको चाहिँ किन क्याबिनेटमा चाहिँ प्रधानमन्त्री जे निर्णय गर्छ त्यही हुन्छ त्यहाँ.
Despite having the two-thirds majority support, voices being raised from within the ruling party itself against the government's working modality would not augur well for the ruling faction. The party president of Nepali Congress, Sher Bahadur Deuba, has issued a press statement clarifying his earlier statement in defense of Mohammad Aftab Alam, who is allegedly involved in a bomb blast, and for incarcerating the survivors of the blast inside the brick kiln. In his statement, Deuba clarified that his early statement meant that the justice should not have been delayed as it would impede justice to victims and punishment to the perpetrator. He said that Nepali Congress was always for the law and that the party would always support in the investigation of the accused. On Friday, Deuba had said that the government was trying to attack Nepali Congress by reviving the case against Mohammad Aftab Alam after 12 years. Alam is accused of a bomb blast that killed 2 people in 2008 in Rautahar district. Deuba's words were criticized from many leaders of the party itself. Alam currently is under police custody. Political analysts say that Deuba should have spoken wisely. They say that in the 12 years' time, Deuba himself had served as the Home Minister and had become the Prime Minister 4 times. They questioned why Deuba was blaming others and not being answerable to why the justice was delayed when he was the country's Prime Minister as well as the Home Minister. The government plans to operate electric public buses to reduce increasing traffic congestion in Kathmandu and other major cities across the country. The government's decision comes following its study on how the number of private vehicles is increasing and how this has led to soaring fuel import, leading to increasing trade deficit. Due to unreliable public transport, more people are buying private vehicles. Around 200 billion rupees of fuel is imported every year to meet fuel consumption needs of the country. Apart from increasing trade deficit, increasing number of vehicles has also led to traffic congestion, pollution and affected the health of the people. The government is therefore planning to operate electric buses and construct separate roads for these buses. The government of Province 3 is trying to promote electric buses and reduce the use of private vehicles for transportation. In the next decade, the government plans to increase the presence of electric public buses to 30% of the total vehicles that ply on the roads. Experts say that while this is plausible, a lot depends on how the government frames its policies and implements the programs. And we'll take a short break here. For more news, do stay with us. Welcome back. The Labour and Employment Office in Biratnagar has reimbursed the money to over 500 migrant workers who were deceived in the course of foreign employment in the past 4 months. However, the department has now wrested this right to the Chief District Administration Officer across the country, barring the Labour and Employment Office of the jurisdiction. The Foreign Employment Act 2064 provisions the Foreign Employment Division to investigate into the cases of foreign employment. The Act also allows the division to appoint investigation officer and delegate rights to investigate the cases of foreign employment. The division's move was prompted after Uttam Sanjail, the chief of the Labour and Employment Office at Biratnagar, wrote a letter to the Prime Minister's office highlighting how Nepali embassies in different countries had declined to receive the letters he had written to the embassies requesting support in arresting people who were fleecing money by luring people for foreign employment in the country. Prior to the incident, under Sanjil's leadership, the Office of Labour and Employment at Biratnagar had helped to recover a total of 20 million rupees from swindlers who had cheated more than 500 prospective migrant workers. The number of Chinese tourists visiting Lumbini is increasing every year following the promotion of the district as the birthplace of Lord Gautam Buddha. According to the Lumbini Development Fund, more than 18,000 Chinese tourists visited Kapilvastu district last year alone. This is an increase of at least 2,000 from 2017 when 16,000 Chinese tourists visited Lumbini. 17 years ago in 2000, only 66 Chinese tourists had visited Lumbini. According to the information officer of Lumbini Development Fund, Haridwaj Rai, the rise was partly due to the promotion of Lumbini as the birthplace of Lord Gautam Buddha. The Chinese tourists, however, rank third in the highest number of tourists visiting Lumbini. They are preceded by Thai tourists and Sri Lankan tourists. However, the Chinese tourists not only stay longer in Lumbini, they also spend more money by visiting nearby Buddhist areas. Tourism entrepreneurs say that if they were able to bring in more Chinese tourists, it would boost the whole tourism industry itself. The Province 5 is making the Lumbini visit year to promote tourism in the region. The provincial government aims to bring more than 2 million tourists in tourism year. Meanwhile, Nepal has appointed famous Chinese actress Su Xin as the Goodwill Ambassador of Nepal Tourism Board. At a program in Kathmandu, the Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Yogesh Bhattrai, expressed his happiness after Quinn was appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador to promote the Visit Nepal Year 2020. He said that the actress would help to promote Nepal in China and across the world. The Chinese actress said that she would work to promote Nepal as her own maternal home and expressed her commitment to promote Nepal for the tourism year 2020. Nepal plans to bring more than 2 million tourists during the Visit Nepal year 2020. The visit of Chinese President Xi Jinping is also expected to boost Nepal's tourism year. During his visit to Nepal last week, Chinese President Xi said that he would help to make the Visit Nepal year 2020 a success. And we have more news coming up, but right now it's time for another short break. And in our public voice segment, we had asked the industrialist of Rupandei district who should do what in order to develop industries. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
अर्को ब्याजका कारणले गर्दाखेरि यी उद्योगहरू धाराशायी भई उद्योग फस्टाउन सकेको अवस्था छैन।
कानुनमा संशोधन गरेर राज्य नै पोजिटिभ हुनुपर्छ र अनि बल्ल उद्योग चल्छ।
घरमा भित्र बसेका महिलाहरूलाई पनि त्यस्तै खालका कामका उद्योगका नीति निर्माणहरू गर्नुपर्छ।
औद्योगिक विकास भयो भने देशले एउटा कायापलट हुन सक्छ, काँचुली फेर्न सक्छ, त्यसतर्फ राज्यले सोच्न जरुरी छ।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why have the justices who are dragged into serious controversies continued to enjoy impunity? Their options are A, authorities' indifference, option B, legal complexities, and option C, safeguarding other senior perpetrators. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
Chitwan Rhinos have confirmed their place in the playoffs in the ongoing Women's Champions League after defeating Pokhara Paltans by 7 wickets in a match played yesterday. Pokhara Paltans decided to bat first after winning the toss at Tew Ground in Kantipur. Pokhara scored 127 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. The team's captain Sita Ranamagar hit 7 fours and 6 sixes to score 65 runs. Manju Bogoti scored 24 runs while Kavita Gautam 2 wickets for Chitwan. The Chitwan Rhinos chased the 128 runs target in 19 overs for the loss of 3 wickets. Kajal Shrestha and Kanchan Shrestha struck a 71-run first wicket partnership to build the foundation for the easy victory. Kajal scored 51 runs while Kanchan scored 29 runs. Captain Imdu Burma also chipped in with 24 runs. In the second match, Cat Queens Kathmandu hammered Biratnagar Titans by 52 runs. Kathmandu posted a target of 140 runs after they were invited to bat first. Roma Thapa and Rubina Chetri put on 76 runs partnership for the second wicket. Roma scored 53 runs while Rubina scored 35 runs. In reply, Biratnagar were restricted for a paltry total of 87 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. And before we wrap up this morning news bulletin, here's a reminder of the top stories one more time. Dispute surfaces within the ruling party on reshuffling the cabinet. Former Maoist faction alleges Prime Minister's high-handedness affecting Minister's performance. Less than 24 hours after making a controversial remark defending tainted lawmaker Alam, NC President Deuba furnishes a clarification withdrawing his remarks. British Prime Minister sends a request to the EU for a delay to Brexit. Johnson was required by law to ask for an extension after losing a Commons vote. And Chitwan Rhinos confirmed their place in the playoffs of the Women's Champions League. Kathmandu Cat Queens comes back with a win over Biratnagar. And those were our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. later this morning. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.